Good morning, everyone. How's everyone today? Let me bring this up like I do every time. I have a few channels that I have to post to, or that I like to post. I shouldn't say I have to. So let me just share this. And do feel free to share these videos. It really helps us. Hello, Paul. Okay, we are live. I find sometimes sharing it helps people find it easier. So always share to Dali for everybody there. And of course onto my own. Okay, we're just about done. How's everybody doing? We am I a bit quiet? I'll get closer to the phone, hun. Okay, is this better, Paul? Hi, Dali. Hi, Jill. Hi, Britt. Hi. How did your resin pouring go? Did you do it, hun? Oh, make sure it's nice and warm, at least 25 when you're doing your resin, hun, on your canvas pours. Oh, we survived the minus 18 here. Oh, it was cold. And I know, Britt, you were shoveling snow yesterday. We didn't get enough snow to shovel a snow blow, so that was good news. And it's kind of melting now. But as you can see, I'm still in my fleece because it's still cold for me. So you'll get to see my fleece. Not yet. You still have some shiny spots on your canvas. So you're going to have to keep doing the cornstarch or baby powder thing on your canvas till they go. The only other way to do is to put the resin on and then keep layering it up like I did yours a couple of years ago. Okay? We can chat about that later if you want. So today is a very, very simple technique. Good morning, Gloria. Amazing technique. Amazing technique. I think it's a great technique. Today is a very simple, straightforward technique. And I just wanted to show you, you know, sometimes we emphasize how important it is to make sure with Pentart there's a two components to the crackle pastes, whether it be the fine line crackle, the transparent crackling gel, the paint crackle systems, which come in 4 different colors, and the black and white primer. So, and I've maybe missed a few here, like the random crackle. So there's always 2 steps, and we're always very diligent in telling you that it's important to use your primer, because without the crackle paste primer you will not get any crackles. But I did want to tell you that you can, in the case of alcohol media inks by Pentart, you can use the crackle primer underneath, so it's easier to stencil, and I'll show you what I mean in a moment here. But basically, when you use crackle primer, you do the crackle primer through the stencil, and then you would do your crackle paste in order for it to crackle. With this technique, you can actually do the primer all over the surface. 1, it seals your canvas. 2, it will give you a glossy finish. And 3, you only then have to go through your stencil once with the crackle paste. Now, I have not tried this with acrylic paints. I would assume it would work with the medium mist. I would assume it would work with the Lazur. The acrylic paints might be too thick for the primer to penetrate through. However, I have not tried it with anything but the alcohol media inks. So that is what I'm going to show you today. And that's what you guys can all go practice, see how it works. So I have a piece here. This is also going to be my inspiration for the Passionate Pinks that the competition or the challenge for this month is Passionate Pinks. So this was my version of the Passionate Pink for this month, because I haven't actually done any inspiration for it. But I'm going to change the colors up today, but I wanted to show you this. And you can see that gorgeous, gorgeous crackle. You see the color, and you see when I'm talking about the sheen at the back, it's just so pretty. Now I've just got this on the back of a cardstock, but really I would still need to, in my mind, this is kind of finished, but it's not 100% finished. I still need something, whether I need to put it on another canvas or within a canvas with a black background, I don't know yet. But as always, this technique is just not for canvas boards. You can use this technique on your card making or on any of your mixed media projects. So today we're going to be using, of course, the Crackling Paste Primer by Pentart. So there you have it. Thanks, Jill. Oh, you've tried the medium mist. Did it go goopy when I did that this morning? Good to know, good to know. I'm glad that you're practicing. And while we have Jill here commenting, if you're a lot, I mean, I think I only have a couple left, maybe 2 or 3 of the bird song. But if you purchase a bird song or are thinking about purchasing it, our first collection for 2021, then go and check out Jill Humphrey's page. She has posted on my page, which I have yet to get to, and on Dali's page and other places, The Crafty Surgeon. Please join that Facebook group. There is tons of inspiration, and you're going to see Jill posting lots of inspiration for our upcoming pads and doing projects. And Jill's quite the maverick when it comes to mixed media, so somebody you do want to follow and join. Again, it's called The Crafty Surgeon. So do check those out for inspiration. Talking about releases, our next release is on Tuesday. I will be releasing it. I believe it's Tuesday. Dali, I hope I'm right. I am beyond excited. I cannot tell you. I have been getting nothing done, but I have now all the pads for the next couple of months, and I can't tell you, I'm so excited. Anyway, I will release it next Tuesday, I believe. So going back to this, Crackling Paste. So you have the primer, which is part 1, and then you have part 2. And I'm going to go with white. You could easily, yeah, you and me both, Jill. You can easily use a black. And I was tempted to use a black today, but I thought I'll stick with the white because it just shows up a lot much better on camera. You could also do it with the coloured crackle paste. I mean, the rose crackle. The Victorian pink crackle paste would look really nice on here. We have a lichen, which is a green. We have an ivory. And then we also have a gorgeous, gorgeous blue. Then what else do we have here? Just stays on. I did my edges with the stays on. And I have Dali's, this is Dali's stencil from her DaliART collection. And I have the, I'm not sure, it's a rose stencil. I don't believe I have any left in stock. I don't know if Dali, you have any left in stock. But Dali, I just realized this is going to come very handy in a couple of weeks, hint, hint. But this is absolutely gorgeous stencil, and it worked really well because it really showed the crackles in the leaves and the petals. So I'm going to be using this stencil today again. And then I have my storage of media inks, and I'm going to stay away from the pinks today. And what I'm going to do, I'm going to, let me just put these aside. I have my other basket here. This is how I organize myself. This is my other basket. This is a basket where I use stuff. In this bottle, I have put in the Pentart diluent, which helps the inks flow. So I've just put it in a spritzer bottle because I'm going to be spritzing it. And some of the colors I've picked, I don't know how this is going to go, these colors. I've got sand, I've got white coffee, I've got turquoise blue, I've got apple green, I got jade, and I've got olive. So you can see I'm kind of going with the bluey greeny hue here. So let me put those all in there. And And I also put my diluent in one of these bottles in case I need a little bit more than what the spritz bottle is giving me. And these are really interesting. I use them for a lot of things. They're really fine nose. I even have one where I've got watered down glue. So if you need to do card making or stuff like that, you can use it. Now I'll tell you where a lot of people get these from Amazon. But interesting enough, long time ago, somebody that I knew has a vape. One of those fake cigarettes or some, you know, the vapes that you use. And if you go to the vape store or a smoke store, you can get these like a dime a dozen. So I think I picked up like 20 of these. And they use it to keep their vape fluid in it, I believe. I would assume that's what it's for. So yeah, so if you don't want to get them off Amazon or pay shipping, just go to your local vape store. I'm sure they'll have them. Well, they did anyway, but that was about 6-7 years ago, so I don't know when they first came out. Okay, enough about vape stores and what you can do. I'm just going to take my wire over here. For some reason my phone wire is hanging above me. Okay, so this is it's not boring, but it's, you know, boring in the beginning because all I'm doing is I'm slapping on some of this primer. So let's get going. And of course you can use any media inks that you want to. Oh, Dali, you have one of those stencils in stock. Please, can you put it aside for Gloria? She's the first one to post and I don't want her to miss it. Oh, that's right. Jill, I forgot. There's the metallic crackle paste too. Oh, a silver would look nice, but then the turquoise crackle paste on the blues would look nice too. So I'm just going to apply them out. I'm not applying it any more generously than I normally would. Just a nice amount. Look, I'll tell you, I did this technique once. I can only hope that it's going to work again and it wasn't a fluke. My biggest fear last night going to bed was, what if it doesn't crackle? What if that was just a fluke and there was just the way that I did it? Or the struggle is real, you know, when you do Facebook Lives, unless you're Dali. Because, see, me, this is a difference between Dali and I. Me, I have to think about it, come back to it. I've got probably 3 projects on the go in my workshop right now, where I am right now. About 3 projects on the go. And the reason is because I have to, or I like to, I shouldn't say I have to, because obviously I've done things on the fly. I've done YouTube hops and stuff like that, where I've been given stuff and I've just had to go with it. It's not that I can't. I choose to really think it through, and I know the night before what I'm doing. My table is usually set up. My camera and laptop is set up so I can get up, have a cup of tea, have a shower, and then come do the live. Dali, on the other hand, does it on the fly. She just goes into the workshop the day of the live, looks around, this will be nice to play with, and goes for it. I aspire to be like that, but I'm telling you, my anxiety would be out the roof if I did it that way. I can do it. It's not that I can't. I choose not to fly by the seat of my pants. But the funny thing is, it doesn't matter what Dali does or touches, it always turns out amazing. So hats off to you, Dali. Hats off to you. And Dali and I always have this thing where she thinks we have a good balance, because we balance each other out in that sense. So when we're designing or doing stuff or coming up with our new pads and things like that, I like to think I'm the voice of reason behind it. She's a designer, but I'm the voice of reason. Why something should be this way or that way, and I just tell her, you need to do this, do that. And she always gets what I tell her that I need done, so that's the best part. She knows what language I speak, and I know what language she speaks. I'm just going to wash my brush here. I forgot my, because I knew I wasn't going to be really using brushes. I forgot my brush for my water jar, but I have my bucket thing here for my stencil. Okay, so while that is drying, hello Hazel, have taken your hat off. Very good, Paul. I didn't know you wore a hat with your lovely fine hair. I didn't know you wore a hat. I really like this stencil, it's absolutely gorgeous. I'm going to give this a quick blast. I normally never try to dry. I always, as Joe will probably agree with me, I always find that stuff works better when you let it dry naturally, but obviously you can't always do that. Just gonna let that cool off a little bit. So when I did this, I kept it kind of in a streaky way, so I'm going to try and stick with that because I quite like the look of it, that it's in that kind of streaky way. But I mean, you could do it anyway. You could have more splatters, you could have it going both ways. I mean, maybe we'll try that. The other thing that you can do on this also, which is probably what I might do after the Facebook Live, I don't know yet, is bring in a very delicate looking, and when I talk about delicate, not the actual stamp delicate, but the print or the image on the stamp, very delicate, and maybe have like a scripted writing on it, like cursive writing, and just bring that in with a black stays on or a brown stays on, and then you would add even more background to it. So that's another option to finish that off. Okay, let me just flap that around like a fan. Dali, you have one stencil. You're putting it up there. That's glorious. Would you have more? I've been holding on to this stencil, Dali. I can't tell you how long, that the right moment would come for me to use it. I do that with Dali's stencils. I hold on to them. I don't even put them on the website. When they're gone, they're gone. I never offer mine up. I just keep them for myself, knowing that one day I will use them. Okay, so I'm just going to look at my colors here. Look, I got no idea how these colors are going to interact. I know I play with alcohol inks a lot. But I'm just trying to decide. I think I'm going to go with the olive. The apple green's quite bright. The olive is quite muted. So there we go. We got rid of one already. The jade is actually the jade and kind of the blue and green put together. And then we have white coffee. I've not really worked much with white coffee and sand, although you can see I've worked with red wine. It's all over my bottle. Not the drinking red wine, the color red wine. Although could be possible, it's a mixture of both. Okay, so I'm just going to take the lids of these and put them into a line. I'm going to put the tops right next to them so I know which top goes where, but by the end of it all, that might not be the way it went. I'm going to start with the lighter color first because then I'll just kind of know where I want it to go. So let's start with the white coffee, shall we? I've already lost a lid. Okay. I'll try and do this best that I can so you guys can see it on camera. Here we go. We have more than one. You have more than one. That's brilliant, Dali. Grey stays on would be lovely because I think you're right. Because with the grey stays on, it wouldn't be so harsh in the background. And I think that would probably, for me, kind of finish this off. I just do feel like it's missing something. But today's a technique, so we'll go with that. Okay, so just get your Pentart diluent, which again is just really something that helps the ink flow and it waters down the ink. So you can just, I'll hold this up, just spray on a little amount just to get your inks flowing a little bit. And then what you can do is you can just come in and you want to have your bottle open, not shut like mine. So you need to pin prick that. So you know what? We're going to take sand out of the picture because I'm not going to try and open it. And if you want bigger splatters, then obviously you want to have your hole a lot bigger in the front. Some of mine have been actually cut. And come in with your other colors. Look, this is what happens when you bring out new inks and you don't even cut them. What a bad child I am. Now I'm going to have to improvise with other colors. I'm so hilarious. I make myself laugh. Then come on and spritz a bit more on. And then you're just going to let it roll around like this. I've got some dots in there because I took too long realizing, but it might be interesting. It might be interesting what it does. Let me see, what other colors do I have here? Now that I've realized that my thingy-majigs are not even open. How bad is that? Look, it's so spotted because I took too long. So now we're just going to start dripping down the colors down the side like this. Okay. And then you can bring them from this side. So I'm using mustard now. Look at that. Oh, give it an autumny feel. Autumny feel. Is that such a word? Coming back in with the turquoise blue. Now you could leave some white space if you wanted to, especially if you were doing the black. So that, for me, that's too green, so I'm going to bring back down some blue. I love playing with alcohol inks, but you guys know that, right? And if you want, you can help it along a little bit bring them back down. So basically you want to keep doing this till your whole canvas is covered. I can see all my little spots in the background. I'm wondering if I should throw in a darker color. But no, I will not risk it. I'm going to come in back with my mustard. I'm just trying to get the areas that I have not got yet. I am liking this look. Now you could tilt the canvas in different ways if you wanted to. It's entirely up to you. You could tilt it this way and then you're going to get patterns coming this way. I'm just going to try and fill up some of these areas and hope for the best. So don't be afraid to tilt it around to cover your areas. Or use your fingers. Oh, you never know what kind of background you're going to actually get, right? So I'm quite liking the shades on this side. So I'm just going to bring some of the, I do like this blue. It just makes it pop more. It's like colouring with your alcohol inks. Now I'm going to come in with a little bit more of the yellow. But I am liking the look of that. Isn't that really pretty? So totally different than the other one. Let me see. I might bring in just a little bit more mustard down this end. I do like this, this kind of mustardy color, just to give it some, see how you've got those kind of little streaks going there, just to give it some variation. Okay, so I'm quite happy with that. So let's put all our lids back. See, I've already mixed up all my lids. I will just go by, well, first of all, I got to figure out which ones I haven't even opened. Obviously, I replenished my little ink box. I forgot to open the tops. Okay, so now we don't need this anymore. So we're gonna go ahead and dry that. So not much ink wastage. Let's go ahead and dry that. You do, sorry, keep walking away from the camera. You do want this to be very dry. I don't know, this seems quite dry, but you do need this to be very, very dry. That was one of the things. Good morning, Charlie. That was one of the things. Thanks, Gloria and Jill. I missed it with the dots because I was too busy trying to do my background. But yes, more dots would have been good. You can see the dots in there. And I kind of like the color that they are because they would have got lost had it been any other color. But it will be interesting. It would be nice if there were more around these edges here. But I mean, if you're looking to just create a mixed media background, on a card or anything else, I mean, there's no reason why you can't do this technique, and you can see how glazed and shiny that is. Obviously, you know, finish off your sides and stuff like that, but you do want this for the next step. You do want this to be super, super dry. So next is we are just going to, oh, this is going to be so pretty. I like this little area right here, actually. This is too green for me, but then you guys know I'm always whining about what I don't like. So for me, I always need to know which way I'm kind of want to do this. I do kind of like it elongated this way. The leaves are here. That's quite green, so I'm going to stick with the leafy part on that side. And then we're going to put down our stencil. Stencil stays really well, actually. Because I don't know if it's the primer underneath that's warm, but the stencil adheres really well to this. So for my stencil isn't straight. Dali is like, just get on with it. Who cares your stencil ain't straight? I'm just like, make sure it's the same on both ends. I like it even like that. Look at it behind there. Isn't that pretty? I really like them. Okay, let's get on with it, shall we? And so now we're just with the Crackle Paste primer. Brit, are you laughing at me? And then all you're gonna do is come over with your Crackle Paste primer, because the stencil stays, and I know that Dali's and my stencils are 300 micron, which means they're quite thick, so they hold well. All I can hope is that I dried this enough and that my stencil isn't gonna lift the alcohol ink off. That would not be cool. I would not be happy. And you guys probably watching wouldn't be happy. You can go quite thick if you want. I'm going to go a little bit thinner because I want this to dry in time for you guys to see. Such a miser when it comes to products. Okay, so we're going to lift that off and hope that the stencil didn't stick to the alcohol ink. So pretty, so pretty. And then what I'm going to do is I'm just going to maybe give that a quick dry, and then I'll bring in some leaves, okay? Because I don't want it to disturb my picture there, my stenciling there. So it's starting to crackle, so it worked. Okay, so I just want to give it a little bit more action kind of going on. So I'm going to very carefully just trying to do this without disturbing anything else that I've kind of got going on. So I'm singing to myself now. Let me do this side first. Do I want any more? Do I want any more? I do like these leaves around the green area, so I'm happy with that. And I guess you could just keep going on, but I will stop there. And let's see if this puppy crackles up on us. I can see it already crackling up in areas, so that's good. Just gonna wash my palette knife here. Talk amongst yourselves. Okay, make sure you put your stencil in water. I'm just going to wash that up a little bit. I hoard Dali stencils, and then when I use them, I have this remorse. Oh, why did I use it? It's too pretty to be used. Okay, so let's go ahead and finish crackling this. Okay, so very simple to do, very straightforward. You can't go wrong. In terms of craft paper, yes, you could use £110. You know, because you're already protecting it with, I'm just using, got my stays on out. Because you're already using it with the primer, your paper is protected. So just to finish it off, let's just do this. And like I said, I would probably look at my dauber. It's like in pieces. I need to get another dauber on here. I always like just distressing the edges of my work, because even if it's just a sample, because I just find it ties everything in. I'm thinking the metallic on here would have been nice. The metallic crackle paste like you mentioned, Joe. My Dober pieces are everywhere. Okay, let's get rid of this mess here. Okay, put that aside. Put this back in its packet so I don't mix it up with my other inks. And there you have it. You see that gorgeous crackle? The stencil just is so perfect for this. I'd have to call this a crackle rose. And I love the colors of, thank you Dali, I love the colors that I ended up using. So I will show you the two side by side. I'll just put one here, and then I'll put one here, and I don't know, which one do you guys like? Let's see what you're going to do, Jill, there. You're going to try using cut and dry foam or cut out dish scorers from one out so scrubby, but the other to make cheaper for the brand ones. Yes, that might be a really, really good idea. Yeah, Charlie, I always find a piece looks so unfinished when you don't do the outside. And so for me, I always want to, even if I'm just doing a demo here, I want to do the outside. I'm just going to grab a white piece of paper. Because it's so, to me, if you do the outside, it just makes, see how cohesive that piece looks. And if you had done this on a cardstock, smaller version, if you will, or even a big card like this, I mean, just how beautiful would this look when it's all done and matted. So again, these are mixed media techniques that you can take to your card, but how gorgeous is that? Thanks, Britt. This just makes such a pretty mixed media card also. Okay, so have a play around. I hope you learned something new or something different, and I know the basis of the Pentart media inks is different to the basis of the other alcohol inks out there. So again, you would have to practice to see if the other inks work or if it works with the other crackle paste out there. For me, I find when you're using the same products from the same company, be it Pentart, be it Ranger, be it whoever, Finnabair or whoever it might be, they're always going to work well together because they're obviously manufactured by the same company with the same mindset that all our products work together. But so have fun, try it out with some you know, different things and stuff like that. But to be honest, I'm a blue person, so the blue's gonna always appeal to me more. But this was for my passionate, hi Diana, this was for, your card kit's ready by the way, Diana. I will drop it off tomorrow. I will, but this is for the challenge for this month for the passionate pinks. So here you have it. I hope you enjoyed it. If you got any questions, do let me know. I'm going to try and bring these closer so you can see the crackle. Do let me know. But see how easy it was to get that background technique. But for this particular crackle paste technique with a stencil like that has quite a few gaps where you can get the coverage, it really works well as a background. Okay guys, I will see you next Tuesday. So excited for our next launch. I can't tell you, I'm actually so excited for the next 6 months because there's so much stuff happening and going on, and I'm telling you, I'm getting no work done, no paperwork done. I'm supposed to be updating my website. Haven't done that. Got to get going on my taxes. Haven't done that because I'm too busy playing. Because my sister over the pond there keeps sending me things to play with. But the nice thing is that I have them all in stock. So as soon as they hit Create and Craft or the craft show or on our websites or on our Facebook Lives, they are here ready to go. Just keep in mind that all our products are limited editions, and also keep in mind that you won't not find them any other retailer or any wholesaler. They're exclusive to us at Shock Art Sisters. Thank you guys for joining me. Yes, you're right. Finn's stuff for Finnabear is done by Pentart, and so go ahead and use it. I always like to, Jill, on that point say, you know, when Dali decided to go with the company, she did a lot of research. As you know, Dali is also an applied chemist and has her master's, and is very well versed in chemicals and chemistry and what have you. And I'll leave it at this. Pentart is the Mac Daddy of the products. You got Bo Bunny, you got Finnabear, and some other companies, even Stamperia, who Pentart then manufactures products for. So in my mind, and of course I'm sure, you know, when Dali was researching and doing all this, or at least in my mind, when I look at it, I'm going to go to the person that is the actual manufacturer, because they're going to have the best ingredients in it. And whoever comes afterwards and wants them to produce stuff, in my mind, is never going to be the same quality as the original. So for me, it's going to be Pentart all the way. But you guys are more than welcome. There are many products on the market that I'm sure you can do this with. That's my spiel on Pentart. They should pay me. Yes, they do, Paul, they do. Thanks, Paul, thanks. I enjoy doing this. Yeah, Pentart does, and research and development too. And, you know, and I have to go with, you know, of course, with Dali, because, well, I'm her sister and I know what she's studied and hasn't studied, and I know she knows her stuff. So there you have it for today, and my little information on Pentart. You have a large box coming direct from Dominique. Ask Dali what's happening. Jill, I will have to ask Dali what's happening. Something's going on. I need to know. Okay, guys, you guys have a wonderful, wonderful Tuesday, and I will see you next Tuesday. I'll have to confirm that's our new release next Tuesday. And if it is, then I've got a brand new card kit coming out also with some mixed media stuff. Okay, guys, have a great Tuesday. It was wonderful having you all here. You're welcome, Gloria. Bye for now, everyone. Oh, don't forget to join Dali tomorrow for her Facebook Live at 11 GMT time. Okay, guys, have a good one.